Most of what you're about to see comes from first-hand encounters. Others have been digitally recreated to show you just how terrifying these monsters might be if you met them face to face. From haunted dolls to monsters in the woods, here are the 5 creepiest cryptid stories ever told. Some you may have heard of, others may be entirely new to you. Either way, each one comes with a story that will chill you to the bone. First up on our list we have the Dover Demon. In April of 1977, 3 separate teenagers in Dover, Massachusetts reported seeing a pale, hairless creature with a large watermelon-shaped head and glowing orange eyes. The first sighting came from Bill Bartlett, who was driving along Farm Street when his headlights caught something clinging to a stone wall. Hours later, another teen saw it crossing a field, and then a third, John Baxter, encountered the same description along Miller Hill Road. Some described it as alien, others thought it looked like a mutant human child. No one could agree on what it was. What makes it creepier is the sightings happened within just a few miles of each other over only 2 nights, before the creature vanished forever. To this day, the Dover Demon remains one of New England's strangest unsolved mysteries. But while the Dover Demon faded into legend, our next cryptid has never gone away. In fact, it stares back at visitors from behind glass this very day. Originating in Key West, Florida, Robert was owned by a boy named Robert Eugene Otto in the early 1900s. Neighbors swore that they saw this doll moving from window to window. Eugene himself blamed accidents and strange occurrences on Robert, insisting the doll was alive. Today, Robert sits locked in a glass case at the Fort East Martello Museum. Visitors leave letters of apology because legend says if you photograph him without asking for permission, Robert will curse you. Museum staff claim they've received hundreds of letters over the years, all from people begging for Robert's forgiveness for the misfortune that followed them home. Whether it's supernatural or just coincidence, Robert the doll has earned his reputation as one of the most haunted objects in the world. But unlike Robert, our next cryptid isn't locked away and is still said to wander freely and has been captured on eerie night vision cameras. Number 3 is the Fresno Nightcrawler, first recorded on a California man's home security camera in the early 2000s. The footage shows what looks like 2 long white legs walking awkwardly across his lawn with no body attached. Since then, additional footage has surfaced showing these bizarre walking figures moving with a slow gliding stride. Skeptics argue it's just a puppet or a clever hoax, but believers insist this unnatural movement, almost like fabric floating in the wind, proves otherwise. In Native American lore, some tribes even claim the Nightcrawler is a guardian spirit tied to the natural world. Whatever the truth, it remains one of the most unsettling cryptids, precisely because it looks so simple and so completely wrong. And while the Nightcrawler seems harmless, our next creature has terrified rural communities for decades, chasing cars and stalking roadsides. Fourth on our list is the Beast of Bray Road, a werewolf-like creature said to prowl the farmland outside of Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, dozens of eyewitnesses reported a huge, hairy beast standing on 2 legs with glowing eyes and sharp teeth. One witness claimed it clawed at the side of her car. Another said they saw it crouching by the roadside, feasting on roadkill. Local newspapers dubbed it the American Werewolf, and the story spread fast. Explanations ranged from a misidentified bear to an escaped exotic pet, but many witnesses insist what they saw was neither. To this day, Bray Road remains a hotspot for cryptid hunters, with new reports still trickling in. Whether it's a flesh and blood predator or something stranger, the Beast of Bray Road has cemented its place in American cryptid lore. But even legends of werewolf pale compared to our final cryptid, a spirit of endless hunger, feared for centuries by the Algonquin people. Our 5th and final cryptid is none other than the Wendigo. The Wendigo, rooted in Algonquin legend, is said to be a monstrous spirit born from greed and cannibalism. Descriptions vary, but most agree it's gaunt, skeletal, with glowing eyes, sharp teeth, and an insatiable hunger. It's said that the more it eats, the hungrier it becomes, growing larger but never satisfied. Stories of Wendigo encounters go back centuries. In some cases, people believed neighbors or family members were possessed, transforming into the creature. During harsh winters, the legend served as a warning, a reminder that selfishness and survival at any cost can turn a human into a monster. Real spirit? Cultural metaphor? Or maybe both, the Wendigo is one of the most terrifying cryptids of all. From pale demons on back roads to dolls that curse the living, to spirits of hunger that never die, cryptid legends blur the lines between folklore and reality. They fascinate us because they prey on our deepest fears, being hunted, being cursed, or becoming monsters ourselves. Which of these creatures creeped you out the most? Let me know in the comments, and if you want more mysteries, monsters, and the macabre, subscribe and join me for the next descent into the unknown.